I yield 2 minutes to the former chairman of the House Agriculture Committee from Virginia, Mr. Goodlatte.
The gentleman from Virginia is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank the chairman of the Agriculture Committee, Mr. Conaway, for his leadership on yet another important issue for agriculture this week in the Congress. And I rise in strong support of the Country of Origin Labeling Amendments Act, which would repeal mandatory country of origin labeling for meat and bring the United States back into international trade compliance. I've always had concerns about mandatory country of origin labeling, and now the WTO's continued rulings against this practice, as well as Canada's and Mexico's threats to seek $3 billion in retaliatory tariffs, make the hard and fast case for repeal. For my home state of Virginia, it is estimated the potential economic impact of retaliation from Mexico and Canada could add up to tariffs of $331 million worth of exports on products like paper, aluminum, and breads. Mandatory cool has failed and threatens our trade relationship with two of our strongest partners. Our markets, producers, and consumers cannot afford the cost of this failed policy. We will all benefit by its repeal. Mandatory cool for meat has been debated for almost 15 years. Within 5 months of its 2009 implementation, Canada and Mexico challenged cool at the WTO, arguing that it had trade-distorting impact by reducing the value of cattle and hogs shipped to the U.S. market, and the WTO ruled in favor of Canada and Mexico 4 times. Now that the U.S. has lost its final appeal, it's imperative that the Congress act quickly to avoid billions of dollars in retaliation. In the case of cattle, hogs, and chicken, it has proved to be a failed experiment, imposing significant costs on producers, packers, and consumers with no quantifiable benefits. The United States Department of Agriculture's Secretary Vilsack has stated the department has no further options for administrative remedies. The issue has to be fixed legislatively through Congress, and this way of repeal is by far the best. I urge my colleagues to support this legislation and yield back.